The 8 Qijingbamai, or extraordinary vessels, are subdivided in two groups. So far we have explained those of the trunk, and I shall call the ones that follow peripherals. The peripherals extraordinary meridians emerge from the trunk, accompanying the development of the arms and legs, along the fetal organogenesis. Those accompanying the development of the arms are called Wei-Mai, and those accompanying the development of the legs are called Qiao-Mai. Therefore, following the Yin-Yang laws, which are reproduced everywhere, we can say that the Wei-Mai are Yang in relation to the Qiao-Mai, which are Yin. Why? Because they are higher, Yang, respect to Yin, and because they are more in relation to heaven, while the Qiao-Mai are in relation to the earth. Later we will see how this will become more complex, but to begin with, we have two peripherals EVs, Yang, and two Yin. The four peripherals, in turn, are subdivided. There are two Wei-Mai, one that is Yin and one that is Yang. Why do I make this gesture? Because they command the emergence and action of the arms, and later we shall see what the arms do, symbolically speaking. But the fact is that the Wei-Mai do not circulate through the arms. In fact, they circulate from the legs and through the trunk to the head. What happens, if it's any consolation to remind you, is that their so-called key points are located for the Yin Wei-Mai on the Yin side of the upper limbs and for Yang Wei-Mai on the Yang side of the upper limbs. What happens? It happens that we have two Wei-Mai Yang and Yin, but both are Yang with respect to the Qiao-Mai, which are in relation to the legs. Yin Qiao-Mai with the inner side of the legs starting its course at kidney 6, which is its key point, and circulates along the innermost side of the trunk up to the head. Yang Qiao, whose key point, bladder 62, is located under the external malleolus, circulates along the most young side of the legs and trunk up to the head. The significance, the uselessness of the key points of the extraordinary vessels, which in fact are the points that allow the influx of the qi of the extraordinaries in support of the Jing-Thang or main meridians, when the latter are deficient, is a subject that I will comment on at the end for the specialists. Because one thing is to act on a point that allows you to access the qi of its channel to support other structures, but another thing is how to trick the intrinsic alteration of each of the extraordinary vessels, which is quite another thing. Why do the peripheral extraordinary vessels require a special explanation? Because they are complex and also have a dynamic aspect. If we think of a person's trunk, which is traversed by Du, Ren, Chong, and Dai Mai, this is where the person feels the world. But from the trunk you cannot act on the world. We need our limbs to respond to the stimuli we receive from the environment in our own dynamic way, with our own initiative, and from within us we respond to the environment with our limbs. Now let's go back to the Yin-Yang laws. You remember that Yin had some characteristics and Yang had others. The Qiao-Mai would be Yin because they're in contact with the earth, with the feet, because they are the ones that govern the development of the lower limbs, to which the Qiao ideogram already alludes, which means to stand on tiptoe in order to straighten up and be able to see better. The Wei Mai, on the other hand, are related to the arms. So, from this perspective, in terms of their nature, the Qiao Mai are yin and the Wei Mai are yang. But let's keep in mind that one of the universal laws of Yin-Yang is that yin goes to yang and yang goes to yin. This shall allow us to explain some characteristics that are typical of the Qiao Mai and the Wei Mai, which would not correspond to their intrinsic resonances, but to their inverse resonances. I will try to explain. From a symbolic point of view, heaven, the yang, represents oneness. From the interior heaven, from where we come from, we all are one. There we all participate in the unity. Whereas the earth represents, symbolically, the multiplicity of beings with their different forms, as well as the discrimination of some species from others, of what is mine and what is not mine. All this belongs to the realm of the earth, and in these resonances, counterintuitively, the Wei Mai have a dynamic, that is, a response, that has earthly characteristics, that is, in relation to space, because down here all beings are discriminated and separated from others. For its part, the Qiao Mai, of yin or earthly nature in terms of their dynamic, operate according to the unity of heaven. What is the reference that unifies us all, that unifies everything? Time. The different times form a cycle of a unity in which there are different forms, but which are unified or conjugated in the temporal unity. Do not feel overwhelmed. As we explain them, we will return in this double resonance of the peripheral extraordinary meridians, their nature's resonances and their dynamic resonances.